What's up, my people? Here's some time for people to come. Am I late? I'm only like 2 minutes late. The real reason I'm late is because I was lazy and I was in bed. You're trying to get out of drawdown today? That's a good goal, but I don't want you to set that for yourself. That shouldn't be your goal because your trades are gonna reflect that, and you don't want that to happen, brother. Take it from me, I've made that mistake many times. Hey, how long have you been in this trade? It's like yesterday. Favorite trade. Um, what do you get? What is your bias? I mean, man, if I had to guess, those daily equal highs, man, they just look too good, you know? We've already manipulated lower. I know we took out the buy side and closed bearish, but I feel like we definitely take out those I know we're probably not taking a trade. I'd say like 90% chance. The only way I would take a trade is if there's like a second stage distribution or something, or like it's so obvious where price is going. And that would probably take like one micro. But there's really no point. You do not have to put on a trade. No trade you drive. I mean, the fuck I say? No trade doesn't win. These guys have a whip you drive. I drive a Lexus IS 250. 2008 though. Do not feel entitled to being correct. Risk management will carry you. Patience will lead to higher probability trades. Losses are opportunities to improve. Don't let them be more relevant top of the morning. Do not focus on money, focus on the candles. A Beamer? I mean, I would enjoy a Beamer. But I'm not even up like that, yo. But I probably wouldn't get one, to be honest, unless it was like a M3 or M45 comp. What's up, DJ? What's up, Caddy Pan, Vincent, Felix? Did you know? How are you, brother? What's up, Ray? No, why can't I close this? It's pissing me off. It's just so biased. I mean, yeah, those daily equal highs, they look really good. Let's see what's happened here. So you can already see Asia consolidated. London took high and low. We just took out high. So either this is a strong low in this order block. It's actually not an order block. In this fair value gap. And then, so either we just keep seeking destroying until FOMC. We are in a premium of yesterday's range. So previous day high, previous day low. We're in a premium, so this is around OTE fair value gap. So that's possible to send us lower if we're gonna keep consolidating. That's a fair assumption. So if I had to guess, I would assume lower because I don't think price is gonna just keep going up. You know, not right now, right? All-time highs for ES, that's possible. We're pretty close. We do have an SMT there. I'd like to see that get taken. Keep an eye on NVIDIA. And yeah, let's just enjoy the piece that is the AM session before FOMC. Based on this structure right now, I'd expect to move lower. Did you really? Should we go long? What's up, Mohammed? Should we all just go long then? Good morning, Money Glitch. What's up, brother? So, you trading AM session? No, but I'll be here trying to predict. I've backtested FOMC morning. Sometimes you get like a nice predictable move. Like it can happen, but dude, a lot of the time, like it will just never reach your target. Like it'll just go back into the range, like over and over and over again. Is that the Dave guy? What's up, Vincent? So, good evening, brother. I'll be predicting. Strategy so good. Well, use it then. It generates a lot. It's really seek and destroy, which even then, if it was, I'd be able to trade it, but it's not even really seek and destroy. It's just like it'll just never reach targets. This is what I've noticed. I would be bearish because I mean, where else is it gonna go? So we'll still tape read. Yes, yeah, I still think we'll go NQ will go lower though, but that's just me. We tapped into the new week opening gap there. So let's just try to predict these candles and see how it goes. Yes, man, I don't even want to look at this in the 1 minute time frame. It's just so ugly. Let's see if we finished. I think we did finish the journal from yesterday. So daily review. I need to do that. Trading journal. So we filled this in, and then daily review. I did do that end of day 2. So here we are. September 18th is our next journal. We have FOMC day. We have 8:30 news, 10 a.m. news, and crude oil at 10:30. And we will do it. I'll buy your next reset if NQ is at an all-time highs. Friendly wager. Bearish cash. ES reached. Yep, ES did reach, but be very, very cautious. Like nothing. It's kind of like, bro. Honestly, like it's kind of like the algorithm just like doesn't work. Like it just kind of shuts down. Is what it feels like. Like it goes through. Like it mohawks a lot. The targets aren't met, even though it's a drawn liquidity. That's just what I've known. Now sometimes there aren't really nice moves. I've taken them mostly in a back test. But I got destroyed enough to be like, yeah, this is not worth it. What is NDOG and new week opening gap? It's a new day opening gap and new week opening gap. So every day you get one of these gaps. And for example, today's new day opening gap, it's right here. So see this 1659. How long have I been trading? Just over a year. 1659. So this is where we closed yesterday. This is where we opened today. There's a price difference. Now it doesn't look like there's an actual gap because we're on the 1 minute chart. If you went to the 1 second chart, you would see a gap because this is the very second we closed, and then the very second we opened, there's a gap right there. So that forms every day. Treat it like a fair value gap. Do you use daily dive to identify the trend? I mean, I wouldn't say trend, but yeah, determine my bias. That's the first thing I'll do. After looking at the economic calendar, I go to the daily chart and I see where is price likely to trade towards. Right now, I see these equal highs. That just looks really clean for me. I really think we're going to go up there. Most people testing 0.25 cut. Honestly, bro, I don't know any of the difference. I did read this one post on Twitter, though, and saying if we got a cut and we didn't go into a recession, then we could see like an all-time move to like really good highs, like plus 15% or something on average, if we don't get the recession. Yeah, this is 19,900. Plus Christmas? What does that mean though? Plus Christmas. All I know is I've never seen equal highs or lows like this get stayed. I'm not saying it's gonna happen right now, but pretty close though. Like look how those never really happen. You ever see like four equal highs like that? Even these relative equal highs, they got run. No, like these relative equal lows. Isn't this an order block on the daily time frame? These two candles are a bearish order block, if that's what you mean. Here, let's go here. Someone has questions. I'll answer. If I use your GT model playlist, do you think that will be enough? No, you need to learn how to read price. I teach my model, and the purpose of that is so you see how I use all of ICT's teachings in my way, and that will hopefully inspire some of you to figure some things out on your own. With that sense, we just tapped into the 15-minute fair value gap here. Let's tape read on here. So we just tapped into the 15-minute fair value gap. Did you counter trend the daily like on both sides? Yeah, of course. Like right now. No strategy is holy grail. Yeah, it really comes down to what you like, what you see, but that's not really the most important thing. Isn't really the strategy. It's really the other things. Like, do you even know where price is likely to go? Video gapped up or? Alright, I just want to see this keep going up all the way to this high. That'd be nice. Fat SMT is there? Oh yeah, there is. That's actually a nice setup. Like we took out the lows there and tapped into 15-minute here. So that could actually deliver something higher. This was the exact trade we took yesterday. And this is one of my setups that I really like. It's one of my best setups. When it forms in that way, it's really nice. Have you seen the 2022 model? In my opinion, the 2022 model is a great way to start because you get like higher probability trades. and it teaches you patience because you have to like actually wait for the model to form, which is always good. So and then you can like work around it and make your own model off of that. So I think it's a really good place to, it's a really good place to start. Gold better not be all-time highs. Okay, nice. Daily fair value gap. Hmm. That's a weird. Um, I mean, I would look to see if this can deliver a higher move, hourly fair value gap. This looks like a nice change in the state. Smart money reversal. This would be your second stage accumulation, and then we rally higher. So, in my opinion, higher. That's just my opinion. It might not happen. It's going to be choppy, right? This FOMC morning, so Nvidia's down. I need a pack for my vacation, yo. Gold kind of up to on the daily time frame and improvements. I was first for a short set of 4 hour time, and then hop into the 15. Yeah, you could do something like that. Yeah, you can use my model for daily bias. I mean, I posted a video on how I find daily bias. Looks like NQ is aggressively going towards London lows, at least this low. And that's how I find my bias. So we have this low. Would you counter trend at 50% of previous day range? Trade BTC? Why? What is happening in Bitcoin though? Rallying? Um, to counter trend. If I'm counter trending, it would be targeting intraday stuff. I wouldn't be looking for like 50% of this yesterday's move or something. I would be like the way I would counter trend is like if I think, for example, price is gonna come up here, but I want to see a move into discount first, I would just look at this intraday structure. So for example, I would target like this low, this new day opening gap, maybe this 50-minute fair value gap, like stuff like that. Thank you, Jay. What's up, brother? How are you? Bitcoin? I'm actually curious. I haven't looked at Bitcoin in a while. Yeah, it looks like a turtle soup short. I ain't gonna lie. But it is possible we continue to expand off that inversion we just tapped in. So it's possible. It actually does look nice. That's a nice like potential buy model. But how to analyze the SMT? I mean, I made a video on it. If you want to analyze the SMT, like honestly, I can't explain it better than my video, but you want to have already an idea where price is gonna go. That's the biggest mistake, man. And people just never stop making that mistake. I don't know why. It even happens in my chat every single day. They're like, "Oh, why are you bullish? There's an SMT." Bro, what? No, that's not how it works. It doesn't matter if there's an SMT if price is gonna go up. That SMT won't be there for long, you know? What indicators you use? Just this one and this one. So one of them, it marks out the Asian range and London range in these relative boxes. The only reason I do that is because it makes it easier for me to see what Asia did and what London did. And the other one is just this, it puts this marker up here. That's the only indicators I use. So nothing really about price action. Okay, so you can see we're coming for that low. So this is your original accumulation, stage smart money, reversal, sell, stage one, and now let's see if we can reach it to the end here, which I would expect it to. Like for example, right here, if there's like a fair value gap right there, like that could be a trade just to try to get that low. I mean, if it was maybe more higher up, like for example, right here, like this wouldn't be a bad trade for a day like this. Like there's a really good chance price is gonna come here. There you go, just took out the low. So we have a fair value gap. That's your institutional order flow entry drill. And if you missed that, you can come down to the 15-second. I'm going to my funny videos. You're good to go with. Yeah, funny videos is good. Good morning, brother. Older man, the bishop man. Now you'd see, can we go to London lows? Lines up with your new day opening gap. What's your bias? No real bias. It's going to be consolidation until FOMC. I mean, look, Asia took out lows, took out highs, took out lows, took out highs, came into discount, took out highs, took out lows. So you tell me. Look at this. Highs, lows, premium, discount, premium. Took out highs, took out lows. Well, what do you think's gonna happen? Most likely either highs or premium. Simple. Seek and destroy. Good morning, brother. Did you have a time you didn't catch a trade for one whole week by scalping? Did you have a time when you didn't catch a trade for one whole week by scalping when you don't get a setup? No, usually my model will form multiple times a week, multiple times a day. Really. After 2 p.m. It'll be after 2:30 for me. If I'm gonna be trading again, so I'll be live again most likely at 2:30, like maybe just before 2:30, like till like 2:20, and we'll maybe look for a trade during the 2:50 macro or like power hour, last trading hour. So that's when I'll be live again. So double live stream today because you don't want to trade FOMC data, but right there could be a nice move after. Nice, bro. Yeah. Simple setup. What's up, Goosebumps? Take the first presentation. That's right here. That's literally what I said. Like, if you were gonna trade this would be your best trade. Just take this, stop loss right there, cover that low. Simple, easy. It's a good, like there's a very high probability chance. Like, no bias, nothing. Just read the price action and see. We took out the lows. Let's see what happens now. So we took out these lows. Let's see what happens. All right, we got one inversion there. Let's see if we get the change in state of delivery. What about this reversal I'm in? I mean, is it a reversal? I don't know. Could be. Maybe not. How do you trade? How do you find trade within 3 hours? I don't really care about the 4 hour time frame that much. Like I'll look at it, but I won't wait for it. I'm day trading, right? So I can't wait for I don't wait for 15-minute or hourly or 4 hour confirmation. If I wait for that, I'm gonna have already missed the move, you know? So I can't wait for that long of a confirmation. I only speak English, so I don't know what you're saying. Wow, if we closed all the way above this fair value gap, that would be crazy. You only get your bias from that? Well, that's not how you don't want to wait for the confirmation, right? You want to use it to get information. So, like, where can prices go? Now, this 4 hour time frame sucks, but for example, let's look here. Okay, let's say you looked at the daily chart and you were like, I'm bullish, right? So you come down to the 4 hour, and well, what do you see? Price Has a 4-hour imbalance right there. It's Monday. So you probably don't expect the move to happen on Monday, but you know that this could potentially move to higher. There's equal highs right here. Which chart is this? This is NASDAQ. So what happens here? We tap into the order block. Look where we closed, 10 a.m. You would probably expect a move higher coming now. Not, like I said, not Monday, because you don't expect Monday to move. And then, there you go. Tuesday takes a high. We come back lower. Let's see what happens here. There's a little 4-hour imbalance right there. Yes, that counts. And we inversed it. That's a 4-hour inversion. It counts. See what happens? Oops. I fast forwarded too much. Where was that? Oh, that's right now. 4-hour inversion. So what you would expect. And then you can also see this wick. I expected that wick. So how do I use the 4-hour time frame? I just look at levels and then I drop down to the 1 to 5 minute. You want to see, are those levels going to react? Is it going to, like, for example, this 15-minute low. If I'm bullish, I want to see this low get taken. I'm not going to wait for the 15-minute candle to close in order to confirm. No, that's not going to happen. I'm going to go to the 1 minute or time frame and see, is it showing signs, right? Because if it's going to continue, it shouldn't invalidate this order block. It shouldn't inverse this fair value gap. It shouldn't form bullish PD arrays. It shouldn't do that if it's going to continue, you know? So if I see that, if I see these are premium arrays getting disrespected and these bullish arrays getting respected on the 1 minute, I don't need to wait for the 15-minute to close. That's too long, right? So if the 15-minute closes like up here, well, how am I going to get in that trade now? It would almost have to draw on liquidity. So where would my entry would have been? It would have been right this candle, like this candle right here, because it taps into the order block. That's a breaker. That's a bullish fair value gap. Now, had this been any other day, I would have taken this trade. That's a really good setup, in my opinion. We took out the lows, right? We closed nice wick on the 15-minute time frame. That's your order block. Low, high, lower, low, high, high. That's your breaker. Stop loss goes at the breaker low. That's your fair value gap. Relative equal highs. Any other day, I would have taken this trade. What if a channel tricks you? Then you lose, bro. But then you lose. That is what it is. You know, if the 15-minute candle was gonna go lower, it wouldn't have done. It most likely, most of the time, it's not gonna disrespect this order block, invert this fair value. Now, note that we didn't actually invert this fair value gap. We respected it, so I would have probably waited maybe, didn't take this order block. But the point is, like, if it's gonna disrespect these levels and create like a nice rejection, that's not gonna happen if it's, you know. And it's also about bias. Like if it tricks you, well, if it tricks you, then your bias is wrong, you know. But if I'm already expecting higher prices, and then I see that happen, well, now you have a really good probability setup, you know. So that's what really matters. It's about context. So it all really turns on bias. The reason I think it's gonna go up now, well, because it's been ranging all day. We just took out lows, so I expect at least somewhere here, premium discount. It doesn't have to go to the highs, but you're not gonna expect one-way distribution lower, right? What's up, Alex? The video's biting my ass. Going the video to the moon. The macro would maybe deliver a nice move, but either way, I won't be trading it. The long from 19.4? 19.4, that's... Dude, 19.4? Yeah, I've seen this series. What's your age? I'm 21. So we tapped into this fair value gap, OTE. This fair value gap, OTE. If we formed an order block right here, that would be a pretty high probability trade. Something like this. Now let's say you entered here. That could be a pretty nice trade. Oh, US 100. Do you go to CLG? I don't know what that is. Should we even look for trades in the morning, FMC? Not if you don't have a practice or a model. I don't. I don't trade. I'm just tape reading. If this formed, I would take this and any other day. This is my continuation model. I don't take the limit order here, but I'll wait for the order block or a 15-second fair value gap to form off of this level. You go to college? No, I already graduated and I'm never going back. It's been about a year. So no order block there. You'd have to wait for the order block to form, obviously. I wouldn't have taken this. No order block. So now it looks like we retrace to the 5-minute and then lower. Why not today? It's FOMC in the afternoon, so price is going to be very choppy. Just look at this. Discount, premium, discount, premium. Took highs, took lows. Took highs, discount. Took highs, took lows. It's not going anywhere, and you don't want to be stuck in a move like this. No, I don't wait for that tap in. That was just one specific example. I don't wait for that. I go with what I see. Like put me in trade after FMC. I'll be trading at 2:50 p.m. I'll be live again today at 2:30. If you guys want to watch me trade FOMC, post FOMC. It's 16952. It's 19652. Yeah, maybe. Oh, off London lows. The volume, no volume math. Yeah, it could take London lows and then use a new day opening gap. Shit will be crazy volatile. Yeah, I'm gonna trade after. I'm gonna trade at 2:50, so 20 minutes after, before FMC, just so you can destroy. Most of the time, yeah. So price came into the 5-minute fair value gap, and that's why I said like you want to see this inverse, because if this does an inverse, it could just be a continuation, right? Which is what happened. It never inversed. So the 5-minute fair value gap is right there. It could be another leg lower, but again, it's pretty, like you would expect another leg lower, right? But it doesn't have to happen. You have these lows here, lows here. So let's see. Oh, that looks pretty good actually. You're short from the 5-minute fair value gap? Yeah, it's a good trade. All right. If it was any other day, again, check gold. Let's see if there's a breaker that formed here. Otherwise, nothing. You don't basically wait for a closure. Then when you lose, you get another trade in the same range. Closure of what? The higher time frame candle? No, I don't wait for that. That's too long, too late for me. If I lose, well, if I lose, I look for another trade, you know? Doesn't have to be the same trade. Most of the time it is, if I still believe in the idea. Just got out with a little profit. Nice, bro. Take it. Enjoy it. Yeah, like see, for example, maybe you'd expect London lows to get taken, but we just fall short every time. And then eventually maybe we'll take it. Market looks scary. What do you think? Yeah, I don't even trade this, so we're just here watching, trying to predict, see if we learn anything. But not a move I'm trying to be a part of. I can see it going both ways. Like I wouldn't be surprised if we took this low. US hasn't tapped into the daily. Oh, this little thing. I don't know. To me, that looks like that's basically an immediate rebalance. Wait, no, it's not. I'm tripping. I mean, it's possible. What was your daily buys prior to the market opening? I think this week or some like in the next. I think the drawn liquidity is here. These equal highs, 19,921. I don't think that's gonna happen today. I mean, it could. It's hard to say. I don't think it's gonna happen right now. But just because I think prices are drawn to here Like right now, intraday, it's just consolidated. So every time it goes down, I would expect it to go back up, and every time it goes up, I expect it to go back down. That's pretty much what I'm expecting. Nothing else. Nothing else is is part of my expectations. See if you get a breaker here, low, high, lower, low, higher, high. It is seeking the short, 100%. No, maybe. If you want to be 100% sure, or just have been. That's why I wait so long. I mean, yo, if that's your style, then yeah, go for it, man. For me, like, I'm happy with like anywhere from like 40 to like 70% win rate. Obviously, like 80, 90 is nice too, but anywhere from 40 to 70, that's more than enough for me. That's already very profitable. So I don't need more than I don't need like an 80%, 90% win rate. I just need to risk good and win at least like 50% is nice. I usually hover around like 50 is where I'm at right now. But a lot of it comes down to like mistakes that the trade was right, but I didn't manage it correctly, or like I got stopped out and then it went. I took a bad like had a bad stop loss, or the entry wasn't good, so my target therefore was not good. Stuff like that. Usually I'm right about where price is gonna go. Quite often. We have 85 viewers right now. That's fucked. I just don't like losing days. I'm generally trying to get buffer in Asia. You don't like losing days? And that's the thing, but you're gonna have to be okay with that. Because you're gonna have a lot of losing days, you know? And the sooner you accept it, the better. Yeah, 32% win rate, but small losses. It really just comes down to risk management and your trading style, right? Now, if you waited for like 2 trades every week and you waited for the most A plus, sure, you have a better shit. I don't like that personally. Yeah, that's perfect, bro. That's all you need. It really just comes down. Don't let win rate fool you. For anyone who says they have higher than like an 100%, people say like they have 100% or like not. Bro, I personally don't trust. Like unless you're trading live, like no, you don't. I mean, bro, anyone could like. You guys don't understand. Like you could literally just click buy or sell, and you know what? Just to prove a point, bro. What is this? Paper trading is down, dude. That's so lame. You can literally just trade anything that you see, put your stop loss to break even, and you'll have like a 100% win rate. Like that's easy. You can do that every time. I don't want to trade like that. Like every single time, for example, we reject from a fair value gap, just enter and put your stop loss to break even because it's probably going to continue rejecting. It's pretty rare that a single candle reverses off a fair value gap. Like for example, right here. Yeah, he does that. And like to me, that's not trading, bro. Like I don't like trading like that. For example, right here. Like as soon as that candle taps in, just wait. Does it start to reject? Boom, starts to reject. Go short. This candle closes, go short. Doesn't matter, put your stop loss wherever. There, just break even right now. You have your limit order, right? So you break even, and then you just go like there. You'd have 100% win rate. Like you would probably never lose. I mean, yeah, that's fine. You know, if he's profitable doing that, then I personally don't like trading like that. I don't like it because I don't know. I like being able to read price, seeing where I think it's gonna go. I'm not saying he doesn't read price, but like why would I just put myself break even when it doesn't make sense, you know? Not my style. You like high R low win rate? Yeah, I mean that's I personally don't I don't like I mean I like higher R. I don't really care about the win rate. Yeah, like a lot of times it'll take you out and you're still right. Like I'm not okay with that. I want to see if you know because with that idea, then like why are you even doing all this? Just forget fair value gaps, forget everything. Just wait for like a displacement in a good time, and sure, like, we use fair value gaps. But like, what's the point of reading where John liquidity higher time frame? Like, you don't need all that if you're just gonna break even right away. The second you get the opportunity to just break even, that's not a trade. Like, I mean, that's just me though, personal. So for example, like right here, like you just go short, pick the highs, you see a rejection, just go short. Say you got in around right here. That's it. You're in short. Just break even now. That's it. Just put your stop loss like right here. Let's say you got filled. Okay. You break even now. You're risk free. You're not gonna lose, and you can trade like that every single time. And you're just gonna post the winners because, well, you're just if it breaks even, you're not gonna say anything. There you go. You broke even, so you're just not gonna post it. You can take anything. I'll be live again at 2:30. So 2 live today. Like you can just keep trading like that. You'd be like, oh, our turtle soup this high. You put your stop loss to break even, and then if it plays out, you just post it like, oh, turtle soup. Like no, you just got lucky because you broke even and didn't hit it that time. You could blast 5 minutes and scalp in 3 seconds. Yeah, yeah. I mean, in my opinion too. For example, like if we break this low, like oh, you see displacement. All right, so let's say you ICT does that, breaks even right away. No, it doesn't do that. You take anything? Yeah, I'll be trading. I'll be live again at 2:30. It's super choppy right now. What's up, myso? Not break even, but turtle soup. Oh yeah, I mean ICT can enter the market probably like 100 different ways. Do you guys see that new thing he posted? There's a new PD array apparently. It's called Gray Pool. What's that about? Good morning for those who lose 100 live participant. Dude, 100 people in one live? That'd be insane. Getting off TS. Will you buy or sell? Right now, nothing. Time first. Time first. Think you stronger? Yep. But not really. I mean, not on the higher time frame. Just right now in this price fractal. Yeah, and the news. I mean, another thing is crude oil. So even crude oil, I know it's orange folded, but it's actually quite significant. A lot of the time, market will wait for 10 a.m. to even move. Today's sleep day. You need to sleep until 2 p.m. Yeah, I'll be back live at 2:30. So if anyone wants to come back, watch live. I'll be live at 2:30. We'll be trading FOMC after FOMC news. I don't trade during the news. And we'll be looking for something small. Like we'll be looking for a clear picture. You tape reading right now? Tape reading, yeah. We'll be looking for a clear picture of where price gonna go, and we'll look for just a quick, like nice fair value gap, institutional order flow entry drill, and just take it. Bullish SMT. Yes, there is one there, but like I said, do you really think it's gonna hold? I don't know personally. I don't think so personally. Like I'm telling you right now, there is no trades right here. If someone is looking like, let me wait for this, don't. Why did it move so much? You could check GBP, see if there was news. Hey, take care, Zach. Take care, brother. London lows. Yeah, London. Oh, SMT at London lows. Yeah, there is SMT at London lows. So, I mean, the 15-minute fair value gap just tapped in. So let's see. CPI, but nothing significant. CPI. That's it was CPI. That's significant, bro. 3 pips from TP. Now, what time do you buy and sell daily? I trade 9:30 to like 11:10. If I don't get an entry by 11:10, usually I'm done. Very rare instances, I'll look for lunch macro, but no, I really shouldn't be. 9:30 to 11:10. That's my trading window. And if I don't take a trade in the AM, then I go and find my PM model. My PM model setup. So we tapped into the 15-minute fair value gap. Also happens to be OTE of this range. So let's see. Does it go lower? We're not going to be trading it, but do I expect it to? Keep touching our bad lately. Well, it'll be better today because FOMC. What time do you buy? So 3 pips from TP and now 3 from stop loss. That's upsetting. See you at 2. Thank you, brother. Take care, my man, if you're leaving. Appreciate you for coming. Everyone's saying the Fed rates are going to cut What do I think that means? Well, I have no idea, honestly. No idea what that means. Got a new model. I call it Blue Ribbon. That's cool. What is that? Appreciate you, Anurig. Appreciate you, brother. There it is. So 15-minute fair value gap. So far rejecting. You would expect this, if we get a bearish fair value gap here, it to continue towards London lows. Is where you'd expect it to. So 19,657. So this new day opening gap, right? I would expect. Can we paper trade now? Stupid. If there's no fair value gap, I wouldn't enter. That's a breaker. But if there's no fair value gap, yeah, I just closed up right there. I mean, to the immediate rebalance, it still could, but did ES tap into the 15-minute? Oh, ES never tapped in, so that could be something else too. So nothing formed. Let's see if ES goes in there. Yeah, very choppy. That's, I mean, I'm not trading this. We're just trying to predict. We're trying to tape read, see what happens. So we closed up that range, so back into the range. This is the current dealing range, and we're basically around equilibrium right now. So, what's up, Ahmed? Target put up there, 30% accuracy, been backtesting it. And you'll see the chop. Yes. 30-minute time window between 9 and 10, target the midpoint opening range. That's really interesting. 70% accuracy, you've been backtesting it. Like 70% of the time it reaches 50%. 1 L for today. That's okay, bro. So is it like every day, or if it forms? You know what a really good way to backtest that is, trade? Like I said, 70%. No, he was talking about the opening range gap, not the opening range. So two different things. Have you made it to a payout on prop firm? I've gotten 3 payouts, yeah. Yeah, 30% of the time, if it forms. You know what's a really good way to backtest that? Just go to the 30-minute time frame and just look at every 9:30 candle and see what the next candle does. So this is your 9:30 to 10 candle. So see if this candle reaches 50%. It already has 50%. Well, I guess we're already trading there, so. Oh, opening range gap. Okay, never mind. So I take everything back I said. And whoever said ICT says 70%, then you're right. And yeah. That's 50%. That's the gap right there. If no one saw. Yeah, so 3 payouts. Not bad. But you know, I realized something. I don't know who was in my live stream yesterday. You know what? Let me ask. Let me ask this. Let me ask this to the chat, because I realized this and I think this makes a big difference for me. Everyone answer this poll. Everyone answer this poll. Because I made this change, and honestly, now that I realize, I got 3 payouts, and I'll tell you. Let's answer this poll. I want to see who in the chat says what. Do you care for an uptrend in daily or in your shorting? So the way I trade, brother, is I determine a likely place for price to be drawn to, right? And to do that, I look at the weekly chart, the daily chart, and the subsidiary time frames, right? So I look at the daily chart, I look at daily profiles, weekly profiles, daily closures, the PD array matrix on the daily time frame, SMT on the daily time frame, imbalances, highs and lows, all that kind of stuff will help me determine where I think price is going to go. Then I'll drop down to the intraday time frame and I'll see if that aligns. If it aligns, then I'm looking at a daily power of 3 potential model or some type of large move. If it doesn't align, well, then I'll wait for it to align. For example, if I'm bullish on the higher time frame right now, I think price is going to come up here. Do I think that's going to happen today? No, I don't think that's going to happen. Not even, maybe today, but not right now. So what am I focusing on now? So that narrative, throw it out the window, because that narrative is not in play. What's the narrative in play right now? Well, we've been ranging the entire day, right? We took out the highs here. We took out the lows. with a 50-minute fair value gap, price tapped in. ES hasn't tapped in, but this is a balanced price range right now. So this whole price range is balanced. It's basically the consolidation we were talking about. So I'd probably expect it to go lower. That's a narrative. That's a bias. It doesn't have to be daily bias. Is that not narrative? Is that not a bias? I'm bearish because we came into a premium of this range, and I'm not expecting one-way expansion either direction. We have relative equal lows with London, and we're respecting this 50-minute fair value gap. If I come down to the 1 minute, I see a breaker block. That's a narrative, right? Now, I'm not going to trade this because it's FOMC, so forget that. What's the status on your new combines? I will show. So this. What? How's that even, bro? That's a lie, bro. Bro, that's a lie, bro. I didn't even take 7 trades. I took 2 trades. One was break even, and the other was win. But why does it say 2 losing? Oh, I did lose. I lost 50 in 1 trade. Yeah, I remember actually. But what happened was I made 50 and then I lost 50. Like I risked my profits. I remember that. But why does it say 2 losing trades? Partials are considered a trade. So I lost on a I took a partial and lost? Stop the cap? No, look, I journaled everything, I swear. Um, so 3 trades. Plus 45, minus 40, plus 382. So this trade, I risked my profits from trade 1. That's how I like to trade in this specific scenario. But when did I lose 2? I don't remember. Anyways, oh, the partials. So 62% take partials. Yo, okay. Hopefully those 62% are still here. Because I feel like, I don't know. You guys let me know what you think about this. This is insane. Okay, let me ask another poll because I need to know. So for those of you who said you take partials, listen closely. For those who take partials, do you trade 4 contracts or more on average, or 3 contracts or less? For those who take partials, answer this because I honestly think I have some insight. That's all I'm gonna say. I think I have some insight, and I'll explain. Do we talk micros? Yeah, micros or minis or whatever. Bro, I'm gonna explain why I think partials are not a good idea. If you're not closing, you take FX. Oh shoot, so I guess a lot of people here trade forex and it doesn't really make sense. Okay, let's screw that poll. I'm gonna explain to you guys something, and I'm gonna tell you guys why I think. For me, partials have been messing me up big time, and I'll explain why. So it's a really interesting idea. Usually you'd expect it to be good, but this is the issue with partials. Let me just go back to the example from yesterday. It's protecting to you, I think. That's what I thought. But honestly, kind of same. Bro, let me listen, everyone who's in the chat right now, let me just say this. Just listen closely, and then you tell me your opinion because I think this is something that's been very hindrance, okay? Let's use this trade example. Listen, listen to this. All right. Let's say you took a trade right here. So this is a trade I took yesterday. Let's just say hypothetically you took this trade right here. So, I mean, I'll just show the one that I took for simplicity's sake. Let's just say for simplicity's sake, you took this trade. This is the trade that I took yesterday. So, everyone look at this example, right? Everyone pay attention. You guys tell me. So, for those of you who take partials, right? So my drawn liquidity was right here. I thought this is my target, right? This is my target. So I'm gonna label this target, okay? Target. But I'm looking at this price action and I think this candle doesn't have a high, and there's a fair value gap there that's unbalanced, I think that's a good place for price to potentially go to. So I was looking to take a partial there, right? I took 4 contracts on this trade. So for simplicity's sake, let's just go back and actually take the trade. Can you put in a limit order? Okay, whatever. Let's just buy 4. So I took this trade and I was looking to take a partial right here, right? TP1. And in my mind, I was like, I'll take a partial here, I'll go break even, and then I'll see if we can get higher, right? So what ends up happening is we get there. So can I partial close? You can't even partial close. Fuck this replay shit, man. It's annoying. Okay, forget the executions. How do I remove them? So if I took a partial here, right? I took 1 micro off. So I was up, let's say $50, and then I'm break even, okay? Everyone with me? Everyone with me so far? So if you take 1 partial there, and let me just quickly go back, I was up $50 on the day. So in my mind, so I was up 50 on the day right here. So plus 50 on the day right here because I took a partial. And now I'm break even on the trade. So I realized this and I was like, okay, I took a partial here and I moved the stop loss. Yeah, right. Right? So I'm break even. Now, in this case, we ended up taking out the highs. But think about this. Everyone think about this right now. If you, who are someone who trades similar to that idea, you take a partial right here and then you go break even. It makes sense from what you've learned and everything. But now let's give the scenario that you get stopped out, right? You get stopped out. So you made $50 and your risk was 200. So you get stopped out. So you're plus 50 on the day, right? You're plus 50, and at times like this has happened. I was like, yeah, that's cool, whatever. But now that you're plus 50 and you didn't full close your position here, so you were up, right? 400 at this point, right? So if you risked, you're if you risked 200 and you took a partial there, it would be 100, right? Yes, if it's 2R. So you're up 100 on the day. You could have been up 400, right? If you full closed, but instead you took 1 partial, so you're up 100 on the day. The next day, if you trade the next day and you lose, you lose a trade, you'd be minus 200 if you're having the same risk. So how does that make sense? How is the probabilities going to play out in your favor, right? If you just took, like, you only secured plus 100 on this trade. If you full closed, you'd be up 400. Partials pay? Bro, no, they don't. That's the thing. Like, you tell me what you would do. If you partialed here, you're up 100 on the day, right? And then you're break even. So if it came back and stopped you, nice, you're up 100 on the day, right? All good. Seems like it's good. But this was a winning trade for you. This needs to qualify as a winning trade. If you then take a trade the next day and you lose, you're down 200. So that winning trade is half the size of your losing trade. So you know what I'm saying? Do you guys anyone understand what I'm saying? So how do you make up that discrepancy? If you full closed here, you would have been up 400. In which case, if you lose the next day, you're still up. You're still up. You're still up. So you take a bigger partial? Well, that's the thing. If you're trading under 4 micros, then it doesn't really make sense. Or you just full close at the high. Close at least 1R then. You target less RR. That's what I'm saying. So both sides of consolidation. It's going to be consolidation, Sammy. So if you're still up, you take a partial. What I'm trying to say is you should full close unless you're trading like a lot of micros. Because unless you can take off like 80%, then it's never gonna, your probabilities are not really in your favor, you know? Obviously, it depends. How often do you partial and then it runs, right? If that happens a lot though, then, well, why partial it to begin with? Just close at the target, you know? It skyrockets your win percentage. I would say closing the trade completely. No, it doesn't increase your win. I'm not saying don't partial. I'm saying just close the position if you think there's a chance. And it depends. Really depends on how much micros you have. Because me, I trade 3 micros, right? So if I were to take, or let's say you took 2 micros, right? If you close one position here, you'd be up 100 on the day, right? And then the next day, if you lose 200. What? So what do I do then? You have to full close. You can't risk taking a partial. You don't have the luxury because you're only trading 2 micros. If you only close 50% of your trade, then that's not good enough, you know? So you're not going to be profitable. If that happens too many times, you're going to be too far in deficit. Your wins are going to be too small compared to your wins. You know? Now it's different if you have, for example, right, 6 micros. Okay, sure. Close five. Close 5 of them. This way I'm exit on this second TP. Check the chart. What happened? We took London lows. There you go. 15-minute fair value gap. We took London lows. The delivery was not nice at all. No entries, but nonetheless, you took the London lows. So based on everything I've thought about, in my opinion, it all depends how many micros you have. You should be closing on your first partial. On your first partial, you'd be closing at least 50%, if not more, like around 80. At least 50. Because if you close 50%, well, at least in that case, you'll be break even on the day. If you lose the next trade tomorrow, you'll be break even. So that's something I changed. So when I got those 3 payouts back in the day, I used to just full close every trade. Now, I'm not saying that's the reason I got payouts and the reason like the last month or two has been difficult. I'm not saying that's the reason. I'm just saying in the past, I used to full close all my positions. Target, or like you would just break even, and then if it hits TP, it hits TP, you know? It's not. It's a losing trade. You just protected it with up 50. But it's not a losing trade. Why does it have to be a losing trade, you know? This could have been plus 400. But you decided to take 1 partial, so it's only plus 100. So it's worth, you know, that's that's 2 wins you have to make up now, or 1 win you have to make up, and you'll be break even. Well, if you partial on a 1-to-1 risk reward, does this work? It's not about the risk to reward partial, because you didn't hit TP. Wait a minute, that's interesting. Interesting. But then why are you partialing, you know? If you that's what I'm saying. If you're gonna partial, like if you're gonna partial and you think it makes sense to partial because you're saying in your mind you're completely out on second TP. Yeah, I mean in hindsight, I would have looked to close here, right? But if you think about this, now in this specific case there was an SMT here as well. There was this, I'm like 90% sure there was an SMT here as well. So I took a partial. So if you think there's a chance price is going to reverse here and you only took off 1 position, I don't think that's good trade management. Like I think you would want to close this position fully, right? Because if you took off 1 and then you get stopped, it doesn't have to be a losing trade, you know? If you think that price has a good chance of reversing here and you want to protect your position, well, you're not really protecting yourself if you're only going to take 1 partial. You're not really protecting yourself, you know? Because a $50 win, like if this is meant to be a win in your statistics. Now it all depends on your trade. Like it all depends on how you, like for example, if you're only closing 3R trades, so this would just be a loss for you anyway, right? I'm completely out on second TP. It's not a good thing ever. In gold, I take 3 trades at the same time. Use 1-to-1, second to 1, and third to 1 to take percent. I draw every time separately. Beno just goes for ahead of us. Full close, 1.5 hour. My goat. That's what I'm saying, bro. I think it just makes sense. You can pause with 1 crouching to protect your loss. Yeah, but that's the thing. You're not really protecting in terms of longitude. Like in this specific instance, yes, you protected yourself, and you secured some profit, right? But in the grand scheme of things, if you continue doing that, it's gonna screw yourself over because you can't have wins that are just 50. You know, if you're risking 200, you can't win and it'd be 100. It doesn't protect the loss of 200. Exactly. Because the next day, if you lose, like eventually, unless your win rate's like 90%, then okay, sure, I guess it doesn't really matter. But I'm assuming no one here has a 90% win rate. I've received reversal on other stuff. I can protect my profit. It's not a win. So you're saying that trade counts as a loss in the probabilities of things, right? That's what I was thinking about too, Rami. So Rami just made a good point. Like if this trade, but that's the thing though, Rami. Like it's all subjective. What makes it a win or a loss? I think if you close here, that's a win. For me, that would be a win. That's like, and especially the exact trade that I took, that was like 2.5. That's like 2.4 R. It's a loss. You just protected the capital. But that's the thing. Why is it a loss? You know, why does this trade have to be a loss? It can be a win. This was my trade that I took. It was something like this. It was actually a little bit lower stop loss. It was like that 18. So this was 2.2 R for me. It doesn't have to be a loss, you know. In my opinion, this is a win. It's a win if you close, but it all depends. It depends, right? Yeah, it depends. Like if you're someone who says, "Oh, my wins are 3R," but to me, I think anyone would qualify this as a win. Partial liquidity if you take 80% on 1 to 2 R, but it's better to full close for calculating the long run. Yeah, so that's what I said. If you're going to be closing like 80% or more, then it makes sense. Exactly. I mean, some people do that, Marcelo, but me, no. I like to close logical points. And if in this specific instance, when I saw this SMT, I was like, I'm going to take a partial here. But then I started thinking to myself, like, wait a minute. If I break even, and this is meant to be a win for me because, well, I'm up 44 points, right? I had full risk. I hit 2R. So for me, 2R, I'm happy to close anything above 2R. So if it was like, if it was right here, okay, that's a different story. This is a loss. This would just be a losing trade for me if I took this, right? But if it's right here, that's a winning trade for me, you know? I think if you know when it's expansion day, it makes sense to have one runner for the other days, just full TP. Yeah, obviously there's specific instances. Like, for example, if you're really confident it's going to run, well, keep a runner, you know? Like, it's worth it, you know? If you have a really good conviction that it's going to keep expanding. Like, you know, it really depends. Sure, bro. Send it to me on Discord, brother. Let's say I take 50% off at 1 to 2 and next 50% at 1 to 4. Then on average, I get a 1 to 3 trade instead of closing full position at 1 to 2. Yeah, obviously it depends, brother. So if that's your average, then sure. But you would have to then see how many times if it's a win, if loss, you potentially risk up to 50. Yeah, but I guess it's all I get what you're saying, but it's all subjective, you know? I mean, like I could have put my TP up here. Does that mean this has to be a loss? No. This, like for example, this case, this was like my best case scenario. It never really have to go there. It could stop me out. Like you know, there's stuff, right? So for me, when I saw this, I look at the difference where I'm up to, and I take a partial. I'm just considering like, do I just full close here? Because the SMT, so it formed like this. I said this is where I partial on this candle. Cause I saw the SMT in the fair value gap and ran a premium. If it hits CP, it's a win. If it's lost, you're protecting risk up to 50. That makes sense. But so you're saying basically what you're saying is the question isn't about the partial or not. It's about whether or not you should close the position here at all. Like whether it's a TP for you or not is what you're saying. It's not about the partial. That does make a good point, Rami. So Rami basically saying that like it's not about the partial, because if your target is here and you're looking to close here, then sure, you can take a partial here to minimize your loss because you're willing to risk. That's what I'm saying. It depends, I guess, what you're willing to risk. If you're willing to risk the fact that you get stop break even and miss out on an extra 300 in that specific instance, then sure. So what Rami is saying, the question isn't whether or not you partial here. It's whether or not you should close the full position here. Like, does that make sense? Like whether or not this is TP for you, you know? Like, do you take profit? Like, I guess it depends. I think I get what Rami's saying. So, like, the argument I'm trying to make is you should full close here and not partial. But he's saying if you're not looking to full close here because you still think it's going to go higher, well, then it makes sense to partial. So I guess in this specific instance, it makes sense to full close. But in my opinion, like if you're partialing here, why then? You know, it doesn't really make sense. I mean, yeah, you'd for sure be break even. You'd for sure be break even in this case. Are you saying break even instead of partial? To me, the partial doesn't really make sense. Because if in your mind you're thinking like, okay, it could reverse here. Well, aren't you just gambling then? You know, partial is good when you are wrong on the trade and you're able to go back to break even. Exactly. That's true. It's better than break even. Partialing is better than break even. You have Instagram? Yes, sir. Gaddy trades on Instagram. Has anything happened? So we took London lows. We're kind of moving higher. Way, but it's always risky. Risk 50% one, but you either split into 2%, have each and close one R and let the other one to two. Interesting. That sounds too complicated for me. It's an interesting concept. I think, in terms of taking profits, like if you're in a trade and you say, well, I can see this potentially reversing, right? You should be closing the majority of your position. Nah, no trade for me. Yo, exact same thing. I'm waiting for 250. Do the opposite. Everyone stop them. Hoping we can see people say those and then watch generated buy side later. Pretty much, I mean, similar to me. I don't know if it's similar. I don't really have a bias yet. I'm kind of just waiting. But I'll be trading, yeah, I'll be live again at 2:30. You don't trade gold? Nah, I don't trade gold. Not to mention, partial also make your wins a lot smaller. Exactly. I guess it really depends on how often you're, because that's exactly what happened to me, Poggy. One time I take profit, I'm thinking about it, I take 10% loss, or is it expected if you take 50% losses? Exactly. You need to partial greater than your original risk. That's the key. Is there any other channel to learn ICT? I would just watch ICT and then find someone to mentor you through those ICT teachings. Or break even after partial, but when you can miss the whole move and just close a little amount. Yeah, no, so I think without a doubt, you have to break even here, right? You should not be risking. The question is, that's what I'm saying, Pog. 3R is the only way to take partial higher than the original risk. Yeah. So that's very true, but I'm just wondering if trade only inverse of the OBs, BBs, and FTs, what would happen? What's good? What's good, Capital? Um, yeah, same thing for me, Sergio. What do you think about the long 9652? Um, like I said, bro, it's seek and destroy. I'd expect this high to get taken. We can risk it for overall equities and profits, right? Like in terms of the partial situation we were talking about. So in summary, I'll give you guys my opinion and what I'm gonna be doing from now on, and you guys can do what you guys think, or if you disagree, whatever. And yeah, I'd expect this to go back into a discount. We took out London lows. See, someone said SMT there, but like I said, do you really think it's gonna hold? It's seek and destroy. Something that's more powerful than the SMT is the actual narrative. So I know we had an SMT here originally, but like I said, is it an SMT or is it? I should make a video, and I deadass should just title it. Is it SMT or is it relative equal lows? Because a lot of people here saw SMT, and I'm telling you, this was not really an SMT. Like it looks like an SMT, but this is relative equal lows in my opinion. Like these lows are gonna get taken. It's seek and destroy. We tapped into a 15-minute premium for value gap. These lows are gonna get taken. There's a good chance those lows are gonna get taken. And like I said, I didn't even look for an entry because look at this. Do you really want to trade this? Like, come on. There isn't even a logical place to put your stop loss. Like, yeah, if you're gonna do a partial taking system, I'll tell you one thing is you really need to be very specific to your model and know exactly how much you're risking, exactly when you're gonna partial, and how much percentage based on how many contracts or like you need to be very you can't just be like, oh, it's a logical place, I'll take one off. No, no. Like if you continue down that path, you're gonna mess up your risk management long term, your money management. Appreciate you, Sergio. You still new? No, it's okay to have your opinion, bro. So I'll tell you guys. Someone said do gold. I'll do gold in 1 sec. Let me explain, just so you guys know from now on what I'm gonna be doing. So most of my trades usually they don't exceed 4 micros. So they don't exceed. Listen, I'll go over gold, but like I already said, I wouldn't expect anything. It's FOMC morning. What it look like? Looks like we're coming towards these lows. That's all it is. Love you, no homo. Love you too, bro. Yeah, that's true. You know. And then, like, what's the worst thing that happens? Have you ever full close and been like, Like, what would you rather happen? You full close and it runs without you and you don't have a runner? Or you partial and then you break even, you're like, yeah, plus 50. At least I partialed. No. Like that's what I was saying my whole time. The last like 3-4 months, I've been partialing and I'm just like, okay, whatever, plus 100, not bad. And then the next day I lose and I'm minus 200. And I'm like, bro, how am I gonna make it out? Like, it doesn't make sense. I'm never gonna make it out like this if I'm winning so small and I'm losing full risk. Because you know what it is, guys? This is what it is. You're not your stop loss doesn't have a partial, right? That's really what it is. You're not like minimizing. How do we make perfect OB in currencies? How do you mark a perfect order block? The high, the opening price, or the low, and then opening price of your chain. I'll go over it right now. Not gonna matter if I did it in person, I'll be like 500 now. That's exactly what I'm saying, bro. Like I was looking at my journals and I'm like, okay, plus 100 minus 300, plus 200 minus 300, plus 150 minus 300. I'm like, bro, I'm not going anywhere. I'm catching nice wins, but because I'm only partialing and then holding for runners, like it's almost greedy at a certain level, you know? Now, I will say there are some days where my runners run, bro. When we get like 100 point, 150 point moves, like 150 point moves, that's very specific, you know? So maybe if you could develop a way to be like, okay, in circumstances like this, right, take 75% off at least. Imagine risking 500,000 to make 100. Exactly, bro. Like you're never gonna go anywhere. You're never gonna make it. And it's at the time it seems like you know what, yeah, like we're securing profits, but not really. You didn't really secure anything until you close the position. Like you're up, so it seems good and you feel good when you're up because you see, oh, I'm gonna close one here. The number, the P&L is still green. Is it true if the FEG is not expected, the OVG? No. Whoever told you that is a liar. That's not true. It all comes down to context, narrative, and time. So, although when I put a stop loss, if I have an order block in my trade, I'll make sure my stop loss covers because that can happen. It's just not like an every time thing. Someone said review gold. Um, like we're deep. That's an inversion. If you're really bearish for some reason, you could enter here. So that's your inversion. Took out this high, broke down, fair value gap. You could have taken that right there. But it's FOMC morning. I really don't think anyone should be trading this morning. No offense to you guys, but especially you guys and me. So, like, this was probably the best trade. I mean, like, it's not even good, though. It's FOMC morning. I don't really think much is going to happen. How do you define narrative? Narrative is why price should move. What's the story? Like, I'll give you a narrative right now. When did we predict the price move? So it was 9:30. So this is what I saw pre-morning. This is what I was able to predict. Consolidation. Took out the highs, took out the lows. Took out the highs, discount array, took out the highs. Okay? What's happening? It's seek and destroy. This is a condition of the market where it's not really going anywhere. The daily candle is looking like this. Like a little tiny candle. Okay? So I'm not expecting it to run up into these highs or take out the extremes of previous day high and previous day low. This is previous day high, previous day low. We're literally in the middle. I'm expecting it to stay in the middle. That's a narrative. Is that not? Every time price is in a premium, I'm expecting it to go lower. So how do you act on that narrative? Well, there you go. The first move, we took out this low, right? And then we had like a nice 50-minute pretty much of consolidation. So what happens here? We took out the lows. We're back at equilibrium. This is a discount. It's a premium array. We tapped in. And then, well, that's your trade setup. That's your narrative playing out. We came into a premium array. Same thing here. Discount, discount array. Took out the highs. Discount array, took out the highs. Took out the lows. Premium array, took out the lows. This is how seek and destroy works, you know? Not that there was a setup here. You wouldn't be able to trade this, but that's narrative. Why should price move is narrative. Why should price move lower here? Well, we're range bound. We're at the high of the range. We're not expecting the highs to get taken out. We just took out this buy side liquidity pool. Anyone who profited from that position, they have stop losses here. What else is over here? London lows, key drawn liquidity, right? The new day opening gap is here. We know that's referred to multiple times throughout the day, throughout the week, throughout the month, right? So We formed a 15-minute imbalance. What's the point of this imbalance? Well, we come back up to it to offer fair value for one, and two, engineer liquidity to get stopped out. So all this engineered liquidity got stopped out. Any stop losses here got rated. We hit the 15-minute fair value gap, tapped into that order block, and then went lower. That's narrative, is that not? It's different from bias. So bias is, where do you think price will go? That's kind of different. And yeah, we have 4-hour PD raise, 5 and the daily PD raise. Yeah, 4-hour. Yeah, it's oops. It's kind of conflicting, to be honest. Long story short, compare. Okay, let's go up here and see. Okay, go outside. Let me answer a Discord question. Let's go answer a Discord question. I don't find any intro module here. Where should I plus my entry? I don't know what this marking is, but it's incorrect for starters. That is a market structure shift, sure. Your entry would be right here. I mean, that's your best entry. Inversion fair value gap. And we put a bearish fair value gap. Tapped right in. Took out the lows. If you missed that move, you can wait for an OTE entry. Inversion. Not really a retracement there, so it's hard to take. This is a breaker block. Right there. That's your breaker block fair value gap. You could have taken that unicorn setup. Stop loss goes right here. Or the high of the breaker, actually. Target the fair value gap here. This low, these lows. Yeah, that's about it. It's not bad, actually, from what I was expecting. Is this today? That's what I see. Someone you don't know how to feel better after blowing account. Seeing people make my burns my ribs to ashes. Yo, I feel you, bro. Can't you talk about breakers? You want me to talk about breakers? What do you mean if you have a huge FEG which covers a PD? What do you do if you make a huge FEG that covers a PD rate? That's extra confirmations. Check NQ. Am I lost? What's happening? What's the check, bro? Still consolidated. Nothing's changed. Nothing's really changed. I guess now's a good time for questions. So if anyone has questions, just let them rip. Okay, I think I missed some things. So, is it true if IG is not expected? Can you explain new ICT rate? I haven't watched that video yet, which he has disclosed, but I will make a note. You know what? I'll post a note in my Discord as soon as I watch the video about that video. I wouldn't even focus about it, to be honest, though. I would just keep focusing on what you're doing. There's no need to complicate it. It's not better. It's not something brand new that's going to change anything. It's not going to change anything. Someone you don't know, how do you feel after blowing accounts? Yo, I don't know if you've seen my video, but I recently blew my funded accounts. How did I feel? How do you make yourself feel better? I mean, it's tough. For starters, bro, I think Poggy actually said this. Yeah, market maker model is I mean, that's why price moves, right? It's literally why price moves. In terms of how do you feel better about blowing your accounts, bro, don't worry about people on social media, bro. People are freaking liars, man. People are liars. They're liars. Everything is a lie, bro. Trust me, everything is a lie. Trust me, everything is a lie. Forget about them. Focus on your journey. I've always seen market maker. Yeah, market maker is that's narrative, right? For me, I use it as a trading model, but it obviously overlaps with the narrative of why price should move. The whole market maker model is context. What do you do if you have a huge FEG which covers PD rate? That's a really good entry. You want to see fair value gaps overlap with other things. Those are your best entries. Market maker has S&D built in because the market maker got the original consolidation, distribution consolidation. Exactly. Brother, explain my issue also. Did I cover your issue, Guarv? You're right, but I only use Discord and have blocked also for me to make sure to ask why before I start to feel lonely if I delete Discord too. Do you relate with my situation? I relate, bro. Trust me, I relate. I sometimes go on Twitter and I'm like, I don't even know if this is bullshit or not, but if it is, fucking bullshit. And keeps moving up. Yeah, so we took out the lows. Now where are we going back to? Premium. It's the same shit every time. I said I thought this high was gonna get taken. And there's also an imbalance here on ES. This is classic seek and destroy. Can you get in on a move like this? It's hard. There was no real short entries over here. And I guess a couple long entries here, but it's not clean. Like, look how we took out the low, came back, almost took that low out, but we took a failure swing. And then we expanded. Wouldn't even tap into the breaker. This wick is a good entry. Just trying to catch up on the text. Holy shit. Calling it 792. Is that this high right here? I'd expect that high to get taken at least. Because anyone who was profitable short here, their stop loss is at this high. All influencers are not traders. Yes. Thank you for saying that. On my FX chart, there's a 5-minute FG which has been filled, and now NQ is moving up. Nice, exactly. Brother, before the market structure shift, there is a market structure shift before there, Guarov. So in the picture you sent me, this is a breaker block, right? But technically, this is a market structure shift. So, not this. Like as soon as we go below there. But also the creation of the fair value gap makes it higher probability. That's one. And two, the inversion. Now that's more, if you're trading the 2022 model, then that makes it more difficult. So couple options here. You can wait for this breaker, right? You can. But your stop loss needs to cover this high because this is an order block. So your stop loss can't go to this fair value gap high. No, it doesn't work like that. Your stop loss needs to cover this order block. This is all fair game. Price can come up into this imbalance again. You wouldn't expect it to invalidate this imbalance or this order block, but it needs to cover because that's a premium array. So you expect that premium array to hold. So you could have taken this entry. Your stop loss would have to go here, right? In my opinion. But for me, if I was expecting a reversal here, I would have entered right there off that inversion. And then, yeah, lower. If you missed that whole move, it gives you another entry right here. Same move, right? That's a breaker block fair value gap. This one's a little cleaner. Your stop loss would have to go above the breaker here. But it's not really clean. Today's FOMC morning, so it's obviously not clean. Sorry, I'm catching up on the chat, yo. But if you buy and sell at 9:30, moves better because every day at 9:30 the chart moves well. I don't like to trade exactly 9:30. It's a lot. It's very manipulated. I guess the market's consolidated. Exactly, the market's consolidated, so it's not really clean. Dude, my 100K challenge has been blocked for a few days due to broker migration. I took the 2 best trades of my life's career. Hadn't had an account to trade on. That's so sad, bro. That's so sad. That's like that one time Top Step X was down and I missed a move of like 150 points. Just got my first 5K funded account. What's your advice for me, risk management? I mean, I posted my risk management strategy. You could just use mine if you don't have your own. I like mine. I think it's pretty good. Why do you prefer? Okay, so a couple of things here. 5-minute FEG was tapped on NQ and it played out. Yep, that's valid. That is valid. And this 50% of the wick is a nice move as well. There you go. We took the high, fully rebalanced the 15-minute there. So there you go. What do you guys expect now? Probably lower. Could take out the highs. So it's actually 1030 crude oil. So you can see 1030 came and we actually got a nice move, right? Where's 1030? Right there. So we came back and finished that move. So crude oil didn't add some volatility probably. Naughty boy wants Gaddy on top. More power to you, brother. Hope I see you at the top one day. I hope I see you at the top with me, brother. You use candlesticks or breaker structure confirmation or full body close? It's got to be full body close. It's got to be full body close. And for me, a valid breaker structure or market structure shift, whatever you call it, it has to create a fair value gap. If there's no fair value gap or inversion fair value gap, I don't really care about the breaker structure. I really need to see an imbalance. I prioritize. For me personally, I don't look to take any trades that don't have a fair value gap created. I don't have to enter on the fair value gap, but I need to see a fair value gap form. Otherwise, no trade or an inversion. Yeah, I mean, if for risk management, I like my strategy. You go into long after we respected the 1 minute. Nice, bro. Yeah, you could have just waited to see 1 minute fair value gap, right? Little one there. You can just wait to see. Tapped into the high that's pretty perfect delivery if you ask me. We literally tapped into the high or the low of this fair value gap and we went up 1 tick, 2 ticks. And then we went up. Your stop loss would need to cover this wick. So your stop loss would be like right there, 70%. And yeah, looks pretty good. New week opening gap. Let's see if we can get into there. Have you ever heard of multifractal detrendant fluctuation analysis? I've never heard about that. But if it's nothing to do with ICT or psychology, To be honest, brother, probably not gonna read it. Took a buy to scalp to those highs. Nice, bro. Clean, clean. One loss, one win. Good day so far. Nice, bro. ICT book is coming. I want to read it. I also want to read it. I don't know how much I'm gonna learn. Pretty much watched all his live streams, but yeah, we'll see. I guess I'll be making breakfast after this and watching the 2022, the new 2024 episode. Why do you prefer to trade CFD, not Forex, regardless of the future companies? I don't like Forex. Market may run down long enough before it goes back up. No need for us to get trapped. It's possible, Adam, but it's unlikely in a day like this. What's the new PD rate? It's called, what was it? Gray Pool? Gray Pool, I think. Forex just has a lot of manipulation. Can you give me advice on my setup if I send it to you on Discord? Sure. You know what that reminds me? Someone asked me to review his journal. So I'm gonna review it. I use Top Step KP. Ah, shit. I'll review it later. I don't think he's in the chat. If he's in the chat, then I'll review it with him. It's the best to only trade one pair. It doesn't really matter. You can trade all of them. It's all the same. I would look to trade ones that have high impact news in that week, and then look to trade the good days. 2024 are too long and nothing is new. Yeah, I mean, you don't need 2024 if you've been paying attention so far. Can you give a reference link for prop firms? Yeah, I can give you the Top Step. In my opinion, Top Step's the best. Will you trade today? I'll be live again. I'll be live again at what time did I say? 2:30. 2:30 p.m. We'll be live again, and I'll be trading F1 post FOMC. So if you guys want to watch me live again, I'll be live again. Multi-fractal trend MFT is inefficient to investigate the long-term correlation of the power law. I mean, damn, that sounds pretty sick. It sounds cool. I'll tell you that much. Anyways, we took out the highs, fully rebalanced. I'd expect lower. However, ES hasn't even tapped into the 15-minute fair value gap, so who knows? Not much has happened, but I guess it's possible. There's an SMT there, so SMT at the 15-minute fair value gap. I had to wait 3 hours to see my setup. Forex wants to rob my time. That's why you gotta look at multiple pairs. Definitely sounds cool. Turtle soup. If you're bearish, yeah, that would be your turtle soup. Futures better than Forex. I haven't traded futures yet. I'm pretty sure almost everyone would agree that futures is better. Yeah. I don't want to start a debate, but futures is just simply better. The prop firms are cheaper. There's no spread. It's regulated. Everyone has the same data, right? It's more precise because there's less manipulation, more volatility. It's more heavily traded, centralized. I don't know why you get tax benefits. I don't know why anyone would want to trade Forex over futures. Especially if you're trading prop firms. I mean, the prop firms are just cheaper with futures, so why even risk it, right? There's not two phases, it's just one phase. What is your account size? I have 350K accounts right now. Tap into this imbalance. You'd want to see if it invalidates this and then it can continue lower. Or do we use that imbalance to come back at ES? Comes into the 50-minute imbalance. So low probability scenario right now could happen either way, in my opinion. 1050 macro though, so we're expecting some type of move. The gold part of futures is that everyone has the same price level in liquidity pools. Exactly. Exactly. Your broker won't screw you over. All a level playing field. Do you aim to pass the round before the rebuild? Yes, but yes, I do. if you've never passed one before, like you have to be cautious because 3 minis at 2 p.m. Shit, I don't know about that. But two at 2 p.m. Gold analysis, not that clean. We just follow the displacement. We took out the lows. We didn't even take out sell side really. Probably just took silver right now. It's hard. This is not a. It's not clean price action in my opinion. I mean, it could go lower off of this 3 minute imbalance, and it's just going up right now to fake people. So I would lean towards lower if I had to guess, but I would never look to trade something like this. I don't know, but the chart from trading view by first hand problems view time charts, there was a high form numeric trader with equal high trading view. Yeah, because it's manipulated. The brokers have separate data. Who knows where we're going? That's what I'm saying. No idea. It's really hard to say where we're gonna go. Really hard to say. Gold going up? I mean, I'd expect so, to be honest, eventually. No, on futures, you don't have that issue. I never traded funded accounts. I have to pass some kind of test before I buy 50K account. I use my own money to trade. Yeah, you have to pass the 50K challenge. So they'll give you 50K account. You have 2,000 drawdown, and you have to make 3,000. That doesn't look too good. I mean, it kind of does. But I have on my broker like zero spreads or forex though, but not at futures. I mean, yeah, if you have good spreads, then that's good. What is consistency rule? So basically, you can't just risk 2,000 in one trade and then pass your challenge in one trade, right? It needs to be at least two trades. So some people, what they do is they just buy a bunch of accounts. They risk 1,000 or they risk 2,000, and they just gamble and just see if they can quickly make the pass. You're not allowed to do that. So you have to make at least. So it has to be at least two trades, 1,500 and 1,500, right? At least two trades for Top Step. What did you say about funded accounts? Um, oh, but if you want, it depends how much. If I had like, for example, 25K or like 10K, 15K, like I'd say 10K at the minimum. No, they don't have payment in crypto. No, I didn't check out that daily fair value gap actually. Then I would trade on a live. Yeah, you can use my journal. It's in the description of my trading view. So I have this journal posted because this is a complete journal of anything anyone would probably want to do if they trade ICT. So I shared this one. So this temp, I can just send you the link because I'm literally right here. So you would click on the link and then you'd click duplicate. Oh shit, you can't see it. You'd click right here, duplicate, and it'll put it into your own. It'll put it into your own thing. So if you want that journal, there it is for you. Mine's pretty similar to that. I just slightly adjusted it. How are you handling all the bank taxes on your funding account at Tradeovate? Um, how are you handling all the bank taxes on your funded account with Tradeovate? Well, for starters, I'm funded with Top Step, the daily fair value gap on DXY. I'm gonna bring P Diddy to justice. Yo, what's up? You gonna trade after FOMC, Bando? Bando, we were just talking about how we think you're a fucking beast for just partialing. Taking, like, just securing your profits. That shit is W, bro. Look at these equal lows. Both clubs go. Hey, Poggy, so you see Poggy knows. Even unlocking can be done with 2K, 10K pops, and 2K basically your account size. Yeah, so you can do a lot with 2K in a live account, if that's what you're saying. You're right. But this is the issue. When you have a 2K account, I'm not going to be risking like 100 per trade. I'd be risking like 50 max. Like, I don't want to be risking that little. It doesn't really make sense. I'd make more money with prop firms because I'm happy to risk 200 on a 50K account with 2K drawdown because, well, if I lose, well, I'm only losing what I paid for the account. I'm not losing 2,000, you know? So with a live account, you really do need to be risking like no more than, like 2%, 4%, 5% max. Anywhere from like 0.5 to 5%, in my opinion. You can go with Trade of 8. I just use Top Step X. Yeah, it depends how much that 2K means to you. I mean, yeah, with risking 50, it wouldn't be that bad. You're right. What would you do if there weren't any prop firms? I would open up a live account, to be honest. I mean, what else would I do? I'd have to open up a live account, and I would just slowly build that up in due time. I would put in like amount I'm comfortable. True, because you can also get multiple funded, so it really does scale pretty quickly. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, try it, bro. I mean, I think it's pretty good. I would do the business if there was no profit. That's funny as hell. That's funny. Which broker would you use if you're trading your own money? I'm in Canada. So if you're in the US, I would use Tradeovate. I'm in Canada, so I'd have to use AMP futures. ICT's recommended it. He doesn't really recommend it, but he said it's not bad and he used it. Yeah, you'd have to trade just one micro. That's what I would do if I had to. Just trade one micro. It might not even be a NASDAQ micro. It might be like an ES micro. So even less risk, to be honest. Depends how much you put in. So if US, I recommend Tradeovate. Canada, I recommend M futures. If you're somewhere else, I would see if Tradeovate works. So what happened with Nasdaq here? Did we? What did we say? What did we say was going to happen? Lower again? We took out the highs. Fair value gap went lower. Never inverted this, so quick stop there. Could pull back OTE, take the short-term high, then go lower. Bro, if we were in India, which broker for TopStep? TopStep X should work, right? I trade with IBKR, very cheap, but their platform sucks. You know what? I have an Interactive Brokers account. I use it for stocks. I tried to get things for futures, but it didn't work. I don't have enough money in, I guess. Brother in TopStep says, is it true you must make 4 winning trades in the real account in order to be able to withdraw? Yes, it's 5 winning trades. 5 winning days. So the reason they have that rule is, let's say you get your funded account, right? Let's say you just pass your funded. They don't want you to just risk, for example, 1,000 in one trade and then you make 3,000 and then you can just take out payout. That's not like, that's kind of cheating the system. So they want to see you have 5 winning days. 5 winning days, not trades, days, and then you're eligible for payout. All the prop firms have something like that. So TopStep's 5 winning days. My Fund of Futures is also 5 winning days, and then I think Apex has a 70% consistency rule, I think, and they have 10 trades. So you have to trade 10 days. I'm with IBKR, but I need to trade you to trade live. Yep, that's what I would do. Oh, you have the expert where you can just take off. Yeah, if you get the My Fund and Futures expert account, I think it's a little bit more expensive, but then you don't have to do 5 winning days. But only one payout below, so the payouts are less. Yeah, you kind of just have to compare. In my opinion, TopStep's the best, and then My Fund and Futures. The only way I would recommend Apex to someone is if they wanted to get like 10 accounts or more than 5 accounts. We also have a limit how much you can blast on your account. I think like 10,000. With TopStep, there's no limit. You can make as much as you want. Brother, in TopStep, is there 2 that you must make? Yes. Bro, did you not hear anything I just said, bro? You have to win 5 days. 5 winning days. We're in replay mode. 5 winning days. So I think we did pretty good today in terms of reading price. Let's go to the journal and journal what happened. So, yeah, like I said, not much. You recommend FTMO? FTMO is not bad. For a forex prop firm. So I don't know if you guys, I guess you weren't there, but a forex prop firm reached out to me. Their name was Funded by Traders, and I basically tested their. They just reached out to me to test their stuff to see if it was good, and in my opinion, it was pretty good. I've never tried FTMO, but if I had to recommend a forex prop firm, I'd recommend Funded by Traders. FTMO is the best prop firm you trade forex. Wait, is it cheaper with Apex? I keep hearing people buy 10 accounts in one go. Sometimes Apex has a deal, but no, it's pretty much it's all relatively the same price. I think My Fund and Futures starter account is the cheapest, but they have different rules. Apex is not cheap. Yeah, Apex is not cheaper. Because activation is hella high. Yeah. They'll say like, oh, it's $50 account, and then the activation fee is like 200 something plus. So yeah. Apex is only cheaper monthly. Exactly. Have a good one. See you tomorrow, brother. See you tomorrow, bro. I'll be live later, but if no one's able to come, or if you're not able to come, that's okay. So let's journal this. So all we have marked up here is 9:30 and the new week opening gaps and new day opening gaps that are playing here. You can see price came down pretty well, respecting 50%, touched the low, expanded, came into the org low, into this imbalance, expanded, came back, respecting the new day opening gap high. Now you can see if you can get into the consequent encroachment. And Q is going for a daily high. That'd be nice. What is org? Live 30 minutes after news later. I'll be live at 2:30 p.m. EST. 2:30 p.m. EST, and we're gonna look for a very clean bread and butter setup. I'm not gonna look for a big move, just a clean, simple, like quick in and out. I'm gonna look for a very obvious context, very obvious. Like I think, oh, it's really gonna likely come here. Wait for a fair value gap and just take that little trade, and that's it. That's my plan. I don't look for a big trade. What is org? Org is the opening range gap. So if you click right here, it says ETH. If you click RTH, you'll see a gap. That gap is referred to within price action very often. For example, right here, you can see 9:30. Boom, we tapped into the gap high, went lower, took the gap low, consolidate a little, went lower, new day opening gap, and then you can see how price does its thing. So we're going to journal this. journal here actually. So, hey Gaty, it's from Discord. Oh, nice, bro. I was actually waiting for you. Yes, we can. Let me just put this picture. So this is my daily journal. So I already have the news put in. Observations. Classic seek and destroy conditions. Delivery was predictable. No clean entries. No, bro, my journal. Yeah, I know. Let me just put this in my journal, and then I'll go look at your journal. Is what I was saying. Key takeaways. None really. Nothing really to take away here. And here we did the daily review. Here we did the New York session review. So we'll do the daily review later. We'll leave that marked up. Okay, so that's it for me on the charts. We'll be back live at 2:30. That's the journal posted there. We're gonna go over JERP's. Let's go over JERP's journal. Let me log into my. Do you mind if I do it live? I have to verify my man. Gotta send a code to my phone. 624206. New password, bro. What is this? Yo, Jerp, do you mind if I do it live, brother? But why do I have to make a new password? So stupid. Okay. Jerp's notebook. Okay. Every day, starting this one, I'll take next year. Nice. So you're basically updating every 10 days, basically. One sec. Nice. Nice. Okay. So trading plan. That's pretty cool. What does it look like? Never swipe anything on the back. Trade must be journaled. Good. Content liquidity, generate liquidity. Sure. Okay. Checklist. Silver bullets. So silver bullets your entry. Confident high time work program by model sell model. Rejection of other balances. SMT line with bias fab for 15-minute. No message ability after SMT form. FMT is formed. I can trade out the retracement. Liquidity taken. Works with SMT. So you need an SMT for your trades. Inversion such regular FPG and breaker block. So you want all of these, or just one? First, partial internal draw. Leave order for external draw. Okay, that's fine. I'll give you my personal opinion. So I wouldn't say need an SMT. In my opinion, I don't think that should be a requirement, but it can. But if that's what you want, it's fine. In my personal trading, I don't need an SMT because I think you'll miss out on a lot of moves if you don't do that. And everything lines up, just there's no SMT. The SMT doesn't need to be there, in my opinion, but that's fine. I would personally just use it to add confluence. Yeah, me personally. So inversion slash regular fair value gap. So I also don't trade unless there's a fair value gap form or an inversion formed. I don't need to trade off of it. But if there's no inversion or fair value gap, then I don't even look at the setup. First, partial and internal drop. And you said SMT line with bias. So that's fine. I personally wouldn't have that. But that's just me. When the algorithm is generating liquidity, yeah, okay, that's fine. Have you made the ICT PDF by your own? Yep, made that all myself. So I'll talk about this because you said first partial at internal draw, leave runners for external draw. That's fine. That's fine. But the thing is, like, let me tell you something because we just went over this live, and I'm gonna share it with you because I already shared it with everyone. In my opinion, right? So if you're taking, let's say, two contracts, okay, and you partial, so it'd be 50%, right? That partial is not gonna cover your loss. Like it seems like it is because in the trade you're up, right? But the thing is, if you partial at a level where you think it could reverse, so let's say the internal draw, um, the issue with that is if you then get stopped out, break even, you'll be like your next losing trade won't cover that win because you only closed 50%. You get what I'm saying? So ideally, if you're gonna partial, you want to partial more than your original risk. At least, at least, like at least the same amount. So if you're gonna risk 100, right? You don't want to partial for 50. That's not gonna, like if this trade was a win in your book, you don't want to partial at 50. It doesn't make it a winning trade if you partial at 50, right? Now it's different if you have 6 contracts and you take off 5, for example. That's different now because you can still lose, for example, 2 trades. Like if you're aiming for a 2 risk to reward, right? Don't let your win be a $50 win. And if you're risking 100 on average, that's not you're gonna it's gonna bite you in the butt later on, because that partial you're taking, sure, it's mitigating some of the losses, but if you think price is gonna reverse on you, in my opinion, I think it makes more sense just to full close and then just see what happens. Now, obviously, there's some exceptions. Like if you really think it's gonna go higher, well then why even partial to begin with? Doesn't really make sense. Just break even and let it go. So that's my opinion. It is up to you. Appreciate you, BS. And what's up, Piyush? I'm just reviewing one of the people's Discord journals. That's my opinion. Um, so if you are gonna partial, at least make sure it covers your loss for the next trade, right? Because if you then partial $50 and you risk 100, right? If you lose 100 on the next trade, well now you're down. Well, that's not right. That shouldn't be right, in my opinion. It also depends on your win rate and where you partial and how much you partial. But in my opinion, especially if you're first starting out with low, I would just close. 50% partial doesn't really make sense. Unless it's like a 3R, for example, because then you're good. Okay, I won't be okay. Important notes. I'm not gonna read all this, but this is probably good stuff. Yeah, I'll just go the Y section. Okay. If anyone wants me to review their trades, nice, bro. So I'm good. Did you watch all of ICT stuff? This is good. Yeah, I jumped right to that because I could see. Nice, bro. So me literally, I put basically all that kind of stuff into this desktop, and I just read that before I trade. Okay, tilt. Tilt this isn't for days. I'm going tilt. Money to calm down. Yeah, you just like focus on the money and not the other stuff. That's why I put like focus on the. Do not focus on money. Focus on the candles. I understand that 100%. JW 30 day. Just really 30 day, right? For the next 30 days. Nice. Now this number is subjective. A lot of people say, like for example, some people say 20 trades. I don't know who said that. I think it was Tom Hugard or whatever. I don't remember. Everyone's it's subjective. Me personally, I do like 2 weeks of trading, and then I look back and I see is there anything I want to adjust. But look, because you want to give some time to like get some data. But it all depends on you. You can do 30 days. Oh wait, this is something else. I'm just realizing this is a 30-day. Okay, but yeah, lower position size. 2% more time off short. Yeah, this stuff's all important. That's good. So are these journal trades or just tape reading? Tape reading. Bearish daily bars on the daily chart looking for price between sit down Discord FG 2.25. Skip to the bottom. Like here, 83. Oops, I didn't mean to touch that. Um, So you said bearish buy swings the next week. We did sell off hard during the overnight session. I'm looking for a bit of a trade switch to hourly SIBI before we get that move lower. No news Monday. After hard news on power channel, taking trades with regular size. Nice. True. So this is Monday. Funded blown green day though. Okay. It's okay. Do you want me to review Monday's price action? Did we take a trade Monday? I think we took one win and one loss. Yeah, we broke even on Monday. What was I bullish or? Anyway, Monday didn't really do much. So yeah, it's not good to expect much on the Monday. So I feel like you realize that that's the main takeaway there. Compare it to my journal here. What did I say for Monday? Oh shit! I left it. I never put in the entry. I gotta go back and put that in. Do that right now. I mean, I already know the stuff though. Like I've already done this enough times to. Yeah, I took a long here. Yeah, I took a long here. I remember this. I took a long here. So this is an example. This is an example, Jerp. I took a long here and I was up 2.5 R at this high. I thought price could go higher to the new week opening gap, so I didn't close. I took a partial. And then I ended up getting stopped break even. So I was only up 50, right? And then, for example, here, if I lost the next day, well, I'd be down. But you shouldn't I just full close there? Like just secure it. This share broke even for you too. Exactly. That's what happened to me. I partialed and then broke even. But like, why am I doing that? This should have been a full close in my opinion. Should have been a full close. Especially in that specific instance. Stay patient on the market to present it. Okay. Let's zoom in here. Hermiting. Okay. Yes, they're a new PD array. I haven't watched the video yet, but I will watch it after this. You hate the black background? I get it. I think he's like being mentored by Justin, so if you like it, it's fine. I can see like some similarities in Euro with Justin's trade, which is fine, right? It's good to have someone to mentor you, just to make sure you're on the right path. You can avoid a lot of mistakes. Let's talk about this. 5 microseconds live 5K account. You'd risk 5 micros on a 5K live account. Can you explain why? In my opinion, that's a lot. Are there new PD rates in 2024? No. I mean, he talked about Event Horizon, but he's talked about that before in like old lectures. So Event Horizon's new PD ray, it's pretty much it. Besides the new video he just posted, it's called Ray Pool entry or something. Yeah, yeah. But why would you risk? Yeah, what is it? Micro ES or if micro ES? Okay, sure, you can kind of understand that. But why? Like you said, you'd want to risk 5K on the. I feel like that's a little bit too much, right? Or no? It's okay on a 50K combine or funded, yeah. But on a 5K live, that's a that's a lot of risk, brother. And that's gonna end up being like 10%, right? 500 like 5 micros. That'll be like a 20 point stop will be like how much is 20 point stop with 5 micros? 20 times 2, 40, 40 times 5, 200? No, that's not right. 5K live, you can risk 150 because you don't want to risk like if you're risking like 100 per trade, that's what 5% on a 5K live. If you risk 100, 5,000 divided by 100 is 50, so that's 5%. The 50K account. I mean, so for example, a 50K account, you have 2,000 drawdown, right? So if you're gonna risk 5 micros, I mean, it depends on the number, but when you have 2,000 drawdown, that only gives you like two, like what, like 6 trades if you're gonna risk 5 micros, 1 to 2 micros. I can give you my risk management plan. Like I can't really give you the numbers. I can tell you what I do. It's in my Discord and it's this. I risk 10% max per trade, and then I have a rule where I like scale down if I'm on a losing or if I'm winning, scale up. But I mean, like if you do this by your own, you can still learn this because how the brain works in human beings. For a 5K live, yeah, 2 micros max. Yeah, for a 5K live, it'll probably be like, unless it's like really low range, it'll be like 1 to 3 micros on a 5K live. Depends on the stop loss, obviously. Yeah. Yeah, you can take it. It's in the Discord. That's just my personal risk management strategy. That's like probably the thing I've worked on most. And probably still gonna have more working on, but I like it right now. So, so what exactly did you want me to review here? Did you take red day turn to green day? Exactly. Yeah. Exactly what Alev said. So, probably extremely bullish. All bullish futures are being expected right now. Yeah, so it's good. You don't want to chase the longs, ideally. I mean, yeah, this is good, bro. I mean, yo, honestly, if you keep this up, you're gonna be good. Is there a specific trade you want me to like go over, or you can, bro? I'm just a normal guy, bro, just like you. Cause you have small. Wait, damn, 4 hour charts look bearish as fuck. Let's see what's happened before we. Nah, you're good. You're on the right track, bro. I really like what you're doing. I hope you can stay disciplined, keep doing this over and over again. 4 hour chart looks bearish. Yeah, it does look pretty bearish. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you for coming. Hopefully, it works out, bro. Keep working, and it'll work out, bro. Time will do the heavy lifting for you. 4 hour looks pretty bearish. Yeah, it does. Could come into here. Yeah, possible. The 1 hour looks bearish too. Daily fair value gap. Yeah, let's look at yes. How is 4 hour bearish? Just respecting the 4 hour arrays. So we took out the buy side here. Displacement down. 4 hour inversion. Right. So took out the buy side. Swept. Closed bearish. We had an inversion fair value gap here. And we had a bearish fair value gap here. Price retraced, and now it's expanding lower. You could probably expect these lows to get taken. And there's a daily fair value gap right here that hasn't been tapped in. Is there a volume imbalance? No. So the daily fair value gap could be off by 7 years going to 11 watch. Was not real. Yeah, man. I mean, I'm just showing my journey. I don't have anything to sell or anything. It's simply my journey. The only revenue I get is ad revenue from YouTube. So yeah, it looks pretty bearish. I think we could probably FOMC could potentially come into the daily fair value gap. I want to see higher prices, but yeah, it looks pretty bearish. I mean, all-time highs is right there. I'd be surprised if when was the last time we failure swung all-time highs? Here. We came all the way up. No, but here we took it. Like all-time high was there. Took it. And then we had a full change in state delivery, so you wouldn't expect that to get taken there. All-time highs taken, all-time highs. We didn't really have a change in the state. If anything, we had a bullish change in the state. So, and NQ has a lot of low resistance liquidity higher, I think. Yeah, I mean, it's really clean. the weekly fair value gap on NQ, and then you have the weekly high, which is, you also have all those daily equal highs. So I'm still bullish higher time frame. Can you check your USD? Sure, I'll check your USD. Then I'll go make breakfast, and then I'll go for a swim. I don't think I'm gonna go to the gym today, but I'll go for a swim, and then I'll come back at 2:30. I also have to pack for my vacation. Yo, I'll probably be trading. Honestly, I'll be trading most likely because I have access to a computer. Are you attending ICT 24? Yep. I just watched the videos after, so I'm gonna make breakfast and then watch it right after this. Euro USD. Ooh, that looks not bad actually. For a potential long. Took out sell side inversion. Change the state delivery. Happens to be order block right there. Oh, that looks really good for a potential long, to be honest. This does look really good for a long. Took out low of days. That's your daily fair value gap. 15-minute time frame. Kind of lacking a confirmation on lower time frame, but I mean, there's your 3-minute inversion and fair value gap. You turtle soup NQ lows. Let me know if it plays. You took any trades? No, I don't trade before FOMC. I'm gonna be trading at 2:30 p.m. today. This looks pretty good if I'm being honest. Those relative equal highs. We'll keep an eye out on that, to be honest. Daily FEG. And then your daily order block. It looks pretty good, to be honest. And DXY is bearish, if I'm not mistaken, right? That's how that entry now partial. Nice, bro. Fucking clean, bro. This guy's the best trader ever. Turtle soup. That's it, bro. Just that. Master, you found your thing. Just master your turtle soup. You would take a short? I wouldn't personally take a short. Not after tapping the daily order block and the daily fair value gap and Monday low of week is so far low. I don't think we're gonna go down there. And DXY being bearish, right? I'm pretty sure DXY bearish. DXY took out all the highs. So yeah. New York reversal, London close. Maybe. I mean, it's possible. You'd have to watch this 15-minute fair value gap for sure. That's a 15-minute fair value gap with a breaker. But in my opinion, we took out all the lows here. I don't think it's gonna go lower. There was a good inversion at 1050. Closer to end dog after the black hole. Yep. And this is your, yeah. Previous day low is here. See if we can get into there. So that's it for me. I gonna leave this open. Let's remove the org. I don't want to refer back to it. Oops. So we'll leave this open. I'll be back live at 2:30. If anyone has questions, we'll bring them to the next live. I gotta go make breakfast. Let's start packing for my vacation. So, see you guys at 2:30. Take care, brother Shivbang, DJ, probably Sharma. I'll just say Sharma, it's easier. Fearman, Marcelo, appreciate everyone coming today. Today was a pretty good stream. I think we read price pretty well. I mean, every time it was up, we said down. Every time it was down, we said up. So, check out the buy side there. One lower. See you guys. Appreciate everyone coming. See you guys at 2:30. Peace.